Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about if it's possible for Bitcoin to hit $1 million. That's right. From 42,000 to $1 million. Is this a possibility? Let's talk about it. Also, let's talk about what's going on within Solana. And I have an update to the Ledger hack situation. So let's do this. All right, so right now, Bitcoin is at 42.3, looking pretty good, still trending upwards right now, but there are a lot of talks about Bitcoin going to $1 million, possibly in days. This is from the CEO of Jan3, who believes that there will be a torrent of money coming in due to spot Bitcoin ETFs. I mean, it just makes sense, guys. I've been talking about supply and demand forever. When you have demand going up and supply dropping, what happens to the price? It goes upwards. So that's the reality. Can Bitcoin hit $1 million? Well, if you look at the supply, the circulating supply, it keeps on dropping. The exchange reserves keep on going down. So when you have an influx of money, billions upon billions to trillions, well, what does that go do to the price? Drive it up and possibly hit $1 million. And that guy's not alone in his thinking. Arthur Hayes also believes that $1 million Bitcoin can happen due to macroeconomics, which basically is saying due to inflation. Inflation is driving everything upwards. Everything gets more and more expensive because of the money printing. And the more money printing you have, the more inflation you have, and the higher assets go. So Bitcoin, due to inflation, can also hit $1 million. Of course, after Spot ETF and after a halving event, things might get easier. But overall, with inflation, everything is just getting more and more expensive. So can Bitcoin hit $1 million in this cycle? I don't know. That might be a little far-fetched, but can it hit $1 million, say, in the next cycle? I would certainly think so. It can happen. Short term, we're looking good. We're getting close to this Fibonacci level, the 618 level, right before the halving event, and it makes sense. Normally speaking, you need to reach that level before you climb higher. And if we hit the 3.618 level, well, that would bring Bitcoin up to $200-something thousand this cycle. And this also correlates with that. Like you look at the points when Bitcoin started rallying upwards, when it really started to jump, this 3,600%, 70%, 405%, the RSI level were above a certain point. That happens to be a 70 mark. And we are seeing that right now. That's why I am so bullish. I told you guys, this is not time to be fearful, to be FUDed out. This is definitely not time for that. I mean, every single metric, every single thing you can measure Bitcoin with is so bullish. And here's a easy breakdown of what happens in a 4-year cycle. One bad year, 1.5 year of pre-bull, then bull, right? It has always happened like this. So we're still in that pre-bull phase. So for people that are wondering, is it too late to get in? No, we're not even in the bull stage yet. Even when we are in a bull stage, it's not too late to get in because we're still not back to our previous high of about 69,000 or 70,000, right? So we're nowhere close to that yet, which means we have ample time to DCA, and DCA some more. So can Bitcoin hit $1 million? If this cycle keeps on going one more time, if this one predicts that we're going to go to 350,000, but think about it. If we hit 200,000, 250, or 350,000 this cycle, the next cycle, all we have to do is a 3x from that point to get to $1 million. So next cycle, I think we have a real possibility. Now, currently, it's not just Bitcoin that's doing very well. I've been going on and on and on about several big caps that I think are definitely worth holding on to. Solana being one of them. Today, Solana is taking a breather. There are a few that are taking a breather, down 4%, but that's because Solana has been one of the highest growth performers, I should say, in the last 60 days. Look at it, up 200%. So it's okay to take some breathers once in a while, and it's $74, right? But because of Bonk, this is funny, the Solana phone sells out because people didn't know this. I didn't know this until recently. Solana phone comes with Bonk pre-installed. And the Bonk within the phone costs more than the phone itself. So of course, you're getting the phone for free. But before that, no one wanted this phone. But it's just really interesting that because of Bonk's crazy run, right, the phone actually sells out. But it's not just because of Bonk. Look at this. DEX volume surpassed Ethereum for the first time in history. That's crazy. If you look at volume on Radium, it's skyrocketing, right? NFT sales also above Ethereum. So, you know I've been talking a lot about Bonk, but I mean, the truth of the matter is it's not just Bonk. Everything else is going higher. NFTs are going higher. Trading is going higher. So when you have a massive amount of users using the chain, of course, the price is going to go higher. But of course, let's not forget about Bonk. Had the 12th most successful Coinbase debut. It is taking a breather right now. But man, it went astronomically high. I forgot when I created my video and I told you guys that was going to come back. I think that was right around here. And then it did this, right? Even though it retraced a little bit, it is still at $1.3 billion, the third largest meme coin there is. That's crazy. That's crazy. But again, it's not just due to Bonk. There are a lot of things going on Solana. But here's an interesting story. This dev got $300 worth of Bonk last Christmas. It's now worth $500 million. No, not $500 million, 500,000. But again, like I said, there's more things going on. This airdrop just got announced. Jupiter, which is a DEX aggregator, they will be dropping 50% to the users, starting with a 10% airdrop in January. Okay, so there's a lot of projects now that only do airdrops. You can't buy them, right? So basically, they're rewarding users. So if you happen to be on Solana and you happen to be using Jupiter, well, get ready. You may be getting airdropped. So that's what these companies want. And it's working right now. It's working. So watch out for that. All right, last few things I want to talk about. What is it? Arbitrum had a system outage due to a surge of inscriptions. Man, Arbitrum, one of the hottest L2s, couldn't even handle the massive amount of inscriptions that happened. That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. But they do say that everything's back in order. We used to be seeing these kind of articles filled with Solana right here, right? Non-stop Solana outages. We haven't heard one recently. So whatever they've done within the last year has worked, because even with the rise of the volume rise right now, the network is still operational. So good for Solana, but Arbitrum, hopefully this doesn't happen again. And lastly, I said I was going to give you an update on the Ledger situation. It does seem like one of the devs got fished. Okay, basically, he got hacked. The malicious people, hackers, put in some code and left to $600,000 theft. They have patched it. So if you are a Ledger user or Ledger Live user, make sure you update to the latest firmware before you start using it once again. But it does seem like they have fixed it. And Bitcoin is still at 42,003. All right, guys, we'll keep this update nice and short. I got a few more activities today, and I will be finally going home soon. It's been a long trip. Man, filled with some drama, but also filled with some great times with great people. So I'll be working on a follow-up video shortly, but I don't know if I'll be able to stream tonight. We'll see. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.